Hey, it's Dave from Cast Guitars. So we haven't done a cheap gear review in a long time. And a very good friend of mine who, if you know me and have done live shows, you probably know Reese, who's our sound person. She picked this up and said, "Hey, do you want to do a review on this or an unboxing?" And I thought, yes, because, and I'll tell you why it was so cool to me, it came from Temu. Everybody craps on Temu. And I thought, well, this will be fun to do, because when she told me what she paid for it, I thought, oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. So it was how much? 30.
My out of pocket after discounts was 37 something.
37 something after her discounts, right? So we looked it up to see, because I said, if I'm going to do this video, I got to know what the original price is that you can go get it for. And the original price was, I'll give it to you exactly because I have it right here. We just looked it up. It was $67.35. Now I'm guessing there's shipping on that. Do you remember if there was shipping?
I don't remember. If anything, it was like $5 that they added at checkout.
Even if it's $20,
Yeah.
you're getting a guitar for under $100. How good could it be, right? I know that's what everybody always says. Oh, it's going to be junk. Came from Temu, it's garbage right off the bat. Doesn't matter. Came from Temu, it's garbage. Oh, under $100, garbage. Under $200, garbage. Under $300, garbage. I paid $5,000 for mine. Great. So the best part about it is it's Glarry. Now, I know Glarry. I'm very familiar with these instruments. We've done 2 or 3 reviews on these already on 6-string guitars. They're not a bad company. They're a lower end guitar, and you can get them very cheap. And I don't even want to say you get what you pay for, because you don't. Because they're every single review I've done on the 6-string so far have been great. Right out of the box, they're pretty much playable. With a little bit of tweaking here and there, they become very stage-worthy guitars. So this is a bass. Not only is it a bass, but it's fretless. And that's where I get intrigued, because I love anything fretless. So let's open it up and we'll see where everything's at. Is it playable right out of the box? We'll take some measurements. We'll give it a look. And that'll be this first half of the video. We'll do all that, and we'll see. We'll give you an answer. Is it playable out of the box? Is it worth buying one of these? And then we'll take some time in the future and we'll do some playing stuff, and we'll set it up, and we'll do before and after and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at it. I like the way they pack them. I don't think I've ever had any issues in the other ones with shipping or anything like that. I always like it when I see the styrofoam box like this, because usually they survive shipping, which is saying something nowadays.
I don't even remember if this came FedEx.
It's really saying something if it comes FedEx.
No, it was FedEx.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
They didn't even use SpeedX for this one.
Okay, so you get your typical bag you get with these, which is just basically a dust cover, but it's convenient. You know, you can carry it around, throw it in the back of your car. Well, I wouldn't throw it anywhere in this bag, but it's a good dust cover. What you see behind me is probably the worst thing you can do with guitars. You really should keep them in a case. You get a strap, picks. Looks like you get the Allen key for the truss rod, a smaller Allen key, I'm assuming, for the bridge, and a cable. So you get your typical stuff that you always get with these type of guitars, which is cool.
I didn't even know I was getting a strap with it.
There you go. It's probably a real chintzy strap, but it's still a strap. got a nice thin neck.
That's what I was hoping for.
Really thin.
I'm old and my fingers cramp up quick.
A lot of times, the other thing with the cheaper guitars is you get a baseball bat neck. And this is definitely not that.
When I picked up the box, I was like, "Is there anything in it?" Because it was
Light.
so light.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice. It's gonna hold on to it for a while.
Yeah, and I'm sure somebody will bring up that you don't care if I rip this, do you?
No.
Somebody will bring up the tone wood situation, and I will have to rip my hair out because it's an electric guitar. But wow, action is super low, which is awesome, especially on a fretless. It's and it's the bridge is set up nice. It's actually out of the box set up nice. The neck is very raw to me. So it's kind of I'll tell you exactly what I would do with the neck. Feed and wax. Howard Feed and Wax. No, they don't pay me. This stuff is awesome. Well, I'll throw some on before you leave. But it'll shine the back of it. Not shine it up like gloss, but it'll like right now it's kind of gritty. It'll take all that away and make it nice and slick. But all in all, I'll give you that. It's nice. It's a
color's brighter than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the clear is clear, so it's got a good color to it. There's no drips or runs, or sometimes you get flaws in the finish, but I don't see anything. Glarry's usually really good about that. It looks really good. Hardware looks good. Sometimes you get the screws in the tuners that are sticking up still. The tuners, I mean, they're cheaper tuners, but they serve the purpose for sure. There's not a whole lot to it, but everything feels solid. I mean, the knobs feel a little bit chintzy, but that's a knob thing. Like the pots feel good. They're smooth. They're not gritty or anything. The knobs feel a little chintzy, but we could just pull them and put heavier metal ones on, and that would be great. Other than that, I can't believe how low that action is. I don't know if we can get, I don't know if you can see. I mean, that's pretty much perfect right out of the box. Let's see where we're at. Fretless, so we're going to assume we're at the first fret. Oh, and it does have the top markers, which is nice. Oh, it's got low action. It's got nice low action. So we're about 60 thousandths and 70 thousandths, which is lower than what I set a bass at. So that's not well, and fretless, so you don't have to worry so much. You're always going to have lower on a fretless, and that's what you want. So all in all, it looks good. I think I would oil the board because the board's gritty like the neck, so it's not sliding real good. I would put flat wounds on it. I would oil the board, and I would do the back of the neck, and this thing will play great. Yeah, I'm super impressed. So for under $100, you know what you just did.
Now, 50 bands will suddenly be playing Glarry Fretless.
Well, you know, it's surprising because there's like I've seen a couple local bands with Glarry guitars. It's not like people aren't playing them. They're great. I've always said they're great starter guitars. When when we started Chaos Guitars, we started it because we wanted to keep kids in music, and my goal was to find, and this is why I do all this that I do, is to find good quality instruments that when your kid comes to you and says, "Hey, I want to play guitar," you're not going to spend $1,000 on a guitar because there's a really good chance in a month or two that they're not going to stick with it. This way, you get a good guitar, and even if out of the box this wasn't playable or wasn't where you want it to be, so you spent under $100, you bring it to me, and for another 75 bucks, we set it up and we get it perfect. You're still under 200 bucks. You're 150, 160, 70 bucks somewhere in there, and you got a great guitar. So they're absolutely worth having. And I think the majority of people that crap all over them are the people that are playing expensive guitars or have their brand names or whatever, and they don't need to deal with this. But they're not thinking of the people who are starting out. They're not thinking of the people who want an extra guitar. They're not thinking of the people who don't have $1,000 to go drop on another guitar that they're only going to play once in a while. You know, scenarios like that. So these types of guitars serve a purpose, and they're getting better and better. The manufacturing process for these types of guitars now is as good. These are obviously all overseas guitars. The manufacturing process for these over there is as good as what we're doing here now. With CNC machining and everything else, it's not like it used to be. And I get why years and years and years ago people didn't want overseas guitars, because they didn't have the processes in place that we have, and they didn't have the standards we have. But they absolutely do now. And I know I'm going to take crap for saying it, but they have some processes and standards in place that are better than ours. So don't be afraid to not spend $400, $500, $600 on a guitar. Don't be afraid. You know, I mean, sure, there's still places out there where you might get crap, but do your research. Glarry is a relatively known company. There's other known companies that are doing this type of thing. Leo James is another one. I just picked up a beautiful Leo James. I spent $200 on this guitar that to me is probably a $600 guitar. Harley Benton was another one. Harley Benton got huge, but before they got huge, they were this right here. So there's a lot of companies doing some really good things, and you should really give them a chance. So all in all, great. If you don't want to tell people it came from Temu, tell them it came from eBay. Tell them it came from Walmart, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, definitely worth looking into. And for 65 bucks, their price, even if you tack on another 10 for shipping, that's 75 bucks, because I know their shipping is ridiculously low. And realistically, these are all coming from what they do now since the tariffs. I found out is they ship everything here. They store it in warehouses in, I know, California and New Jersey, because I can get a guitar from overseas and it comes to me fine with no problems. But if I get one from Jersey, it comes broken all the time. So go on Temu and buy yourself a Glarry, because they're cheap. Take a chance. I'm Dave from Chaos Guitars. Reese is here with me. She's the one that gave us the guitar to look at. We'll do some more on this. We'll do some playthroughs and stuff. I don't know that I'm going to do a whole lot to set it up. Before she takes it with her tonight, we're going to do the back of the neck, and we're going to oil the fretboard for her. And then maybe what we'll do next time she comes over is we'll set it up. We'll put some flat wounds on it, and we'll do some recording with it and see what it sounds like. All right. Thanks for joining us. Go buy a guitar.